Hello, science fans! Today, we are going on an amazing journey. Our destination? The most complex and fascinating object in the known universe, the human brain. This incredible organ is our command center. It controls everything we do, from blinking and breathing to solving tricky math problems and feeling big emotions like joy or sadness. Just like our bodies can get sick with a cold or a broken bone, our brains can face challenges too. This is what we call mental health. It's all about our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act every single day of our lives. Think about it this way. Your physical health is about keeping your body strong and working correctly. You eat healthy food, you exercise, and you see a doctor when you don't feel well. Mental health is exactly the same, but for your brain and your feelings. It's not a separate, scary thing. It's a fundamental part of your overall health. Taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your heart, lungs, or stomach. When our mental health is good, we can handle stress, connect with others, and make healthy choices. It's a vital part of living a full and happy life. Unfortunately, many people don't understand mental health very well. There are a lot of old, incorrect ideas or myths that can make it hard for people to talk about their feelings or ask for help when they need it. These myths can create stigma, which is a big word for when people are treated unfairly because of a misunderstanding. This can make someone feel alone or ashamed, which is the last thing they need when they are already struggling. That's why we need to shine a bright light of science on these myths and replace them with facts. So, let's put on our thinking caps and get ready to explore. We are going to look at what mental health really is, how our amazing brains work, and why it's so important to be kind and understanding to ourselves and to others. By learning the science behind our thoughts and feelings, we can build a world where everyone feels safe and supported. Science is for everyone, and understanding our own minds is one of the coolest scientific adventures we can take. Let's go! One of the biggest myths you might hear is that mental health problems are not real illnesses. Some people think it's just a sign of being weak or that a person should just get over it. That is absolutely not true. Consider this. You wouldn't tell someone with a broken leg to just walk it off, would you? Of course not. Mental health conditions like depression or anxiety are real medical conditions, just like diabetes or asthma. They are caused by a combination of factors, including genetics, life experiences, and the very chemistry of the brain, which we will explore later. They are not a choice or a character flaw. Another common myth is that people with mental health challenges are violent or dangerous. This idea often comes from movies and TV shows, but it's not based in reality. The scientific fact is that people living with a mental illness are actually more likely to be the victims of violence than the cause of it. Most people with mental health conditions are not violent at all. They are our friends, family members, neighbors, and coworkers. Spreading this myth is harmful and unfair, and it creates fear where there should be compassion and support. It's important to get our information from reliable sources, not from fiction. Here's another one. Many people believe that you can't really do anything to help someone with a mental health issue. They think it's a hopeless situation. This could not be further from the truth. There are many effective treatments available, from therapy and counseling to medication and lifestyle changes. People can and do recover from mental health challenges. They can learn coping skills, manage their symptoms, and lead very productive and fulfilling lives. Hope is a very powerful thing, and in the case of mental health, it is backed by a lot of scientific evidence and success stories. Finally, some people think that only adults have serious mental health problems. The fact is, mental health affects people of all ages, including children and teenagers. Half of all lifetime mental health conditions begin by age 14. Young people face unique pressures from school, social media, and just growing up. It's crucial that we recognize their struggles and provide them with the support they need early on. Ignoring these issues in young people doesn't make them go away. It just makes them harder to treat later. Every brain, no matter how old, deserves to be healthy. Now, let's zoom in on the brain itself. How does it work? Your brain is made of billions of tiny cells called neurons. Think of them like tiny messengers running around, carrying information from one place to another. But how do they pass the message along? They don't just shout. They use special chemicals called neurotransmitters. Imagine two neurons are like two friends standing on opposite sides of a small gap. To send a message, one friend writes a note and tosses it across the gap for the other friend to catch. These notes are the neurotransmitters. There are many different types of these chemical messengers in your brain, and each one has a specific job. For example, a neurotransmitter called serotonin helps regulate your mood, sleep, and appetite. It's often called the feel-good chemical. Another one, called dopamine, is involved in feelings of pleasure, motivation, and reward. When you accomplish a goal or eat a delicious piece of cake, your brain releases dopamine, which makes you feel good and want to do it again. These chemicals work together in a delicate and complex ballet to keep your brain functioning smoothly. So, what does it mean when someone talks about a chemical imbalance? This is a simple way of describing a very complex situation. It suggests that the level of certain neurotransmitters in the brain might be off balance. For instance, someone might have too little serotonin, or their neurons might not be using it effectively. This can disrupt the communication between brain cells. Imagine our message-passing friends again. What if one friend doesn't throw enough notes, or the other friend isn't very good at catching them? The message gets lost or muddled. When this communication system is disrupted, it can have a big impact on how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. A disruption in serotonin levels, for example, is linked to conditions like depression and anxiety. It can make someone feel persistently sad, worried, or empty. It's not because they aren't trying hard enough to be happy. It's because the chemical machinery in their brain isn't working as it should. Understanding this helps us see that mental health conditions have a real biological basis inside our own amazing brains. Living with a mental health challenge can feel isolating, but it's so important to remember that you are not alone. Millions of people all over the world experience these challenges. It's as common as having allergies or needing glasses. The misconceptions we talked about can make it scary to talk about what you're going through. But talking is one of the most powerful first steps you can take. Sharing your feelings with a trusted friend, family member, teacher, or doctor can lift a huge weight off your shoulders and open the door to getting the support you deserve. Think of asking for help like using a map when you're lost. There's no shame in it. A map gives you guidance and helps you find your way. In the same way, mental health professionals, like therapists and counselors, are trained to help you navigate your feelings. They can provide you with tools and strategies to manage your symptoms and feel better. Medications, which can help correct those chemical imbalances we discussed, are another tool in the toolbox. A doctor can help determine if that's a good option for you. Treatment is all about finding the right path for your unique brain. So, what can we all do? We can be a force for good. We can challenge myths when we hear them and share the real facts with kindness. We can listen without judgment when a friend needs to talk. We can use respectful language and avoid words that create stigma. Instead of saying someone is their diagnosis, we can say they have a condition. A person is not their illness. They are a whole person who happens to be dealing with a health challenge. Small changes in how we talk can make a huge difference in how people feel. Your brain is the most powerful tool you will ever own. Taking care of it is the smartest thing you can do. Mental health is health. It's real, it's important, and help is always available. By embracing science, showing empathy, and supporting one another, we can break down the walls of stigma and build a healthier, kinder world for every single one of us. Thank you for exploring with me. Now go out there and be a champion for science and for mental health.